getting into the match now. Let's remove that army blocker and my ugly mug from the screen. And as a reminder, this is the final, round 1, and it's a best of 5 between two very fine players here. We have VM Crabling, a Russian clan member, taking on Tlaxtlan Soothsayer, who, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I also believe he is Russian. Or is he German? I can never remember. I'm sorry, Soothsayer. But yeah, should be in for a very good match. And this is a map I actually like a lot. A lot of people stop using it for tournaments. German. Thank you very much, Apache. So excited to see how these players handle it. A lot of terrain features to work with. And yeah, excited to see how they approach it. So let's go ahead and start with the Dark Elves, shall we? Alright, sorry, just adjusting some volume. Now, for the Dark Elves, we have Dread Spears. Looks like we have 4 of them in the front line. Got some Witch Elves. We have Scourge Runner Chariots. And then we're going to have 3 Cold One Knights. Pikarikika. Pikarikika. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. Thank you so much for the follow. Bavarian, to be precise. Thank you, Eric Rastic. Now we have 2 Cold One Knights. Make that 3. We have the Slaanesh's Harvesters. 47 Bosniak. Thank you so much. You guys are all too kind. Thank you, thank you. We have 2 Dark Riders with repeater crossbows over here on the right flank. And Zedenjinka. Thank you so much. Zedenjika. I forgive me for butchering whatever languages these names are in, and I apologize. We also have Malekith up in the air on Seraphim, his Black Dragon, with Gaze of Malice, Soul Stealer, and Stand Your Ground. Time to check out the Empire being brought by VM Crabling. Now, Crabling will have up front an Outrider and an Outrider with grenade launchers. So 2 regular Outriders with their armor-piercing shots, 2 grenade launchers, and 3 Free Company Militia. I'm liking the looks of this already. Now, for the rest of his army, in the main formation, we're going to have some Spearmen, all of them ranked up 9 times. And these are Spearmen with shields, which means their melee defense is all the way up to 52. Holy shit. We've got 2 units of Flagellants in the back line, as well as a Great Cannon. He's going to then be bringing some Knights of the Blazing Sun over on this flank, facing backwards in case of any Vanguard shenanigans, and a second unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun on the right flank. Spiders have guns. I love the name, and thank you for following. We're going to have Balthazar Gelt here with Final Transmutation, the Staff of Alans, Arcane Conduit, and Searing Doom, along with Metal Shifting for the passive. And interesting army. Very curious to see how this works out. Outriders coming out here to do the skirmishing. The grenade launchers coming out here to blow up all of the Dark Elf infantry. And it looks like the Dark Elves are waiting for their skirmishing forces to get back over here so they can counter skirmish and maybe push back these Empire forces, but here come the repeater crossbows. I like the Free Company Militia too. They're kind of the differentiating factor here in which of these skirmishing forces will come out on top, it seems. Scourge Runner Chariots getting shot down by the Outriders. And it does look like Crabling has a pretty strong skirmishing counterforce here to deal with a lot of these Dark Elf forces. And there's going to be a volley of grenades. Unfortunately, it's not targeting the Dread Spears. It was targeting the Scourge Runner Chariots. And I'm really hoping this battle smooths out soon here. But Gelt is forced in your hand. You gotta love Gelt. Man, the cinematic smoothing has been non-stop for today's tournament. I love it. Alright, Outriders grenade launchers taking some damage. A beautiful Gaze of Malice going down on top of the Free Company Militia. They're doing quite a lot of damage. And now it looks like the Dark Elves may start coming out to play as they've reformed their army to avoid cannon fire by the looks of it. Slaanesh's Harvesters hitting the Free Company Militia hard, doing so much damage. And yeah, they're just going to bulldoze them. But while they're in that combat, grenades can be hitting them. plenty of other units. And now we have Knights of the Blazing Sun, Word of Pain getting popped down on top of them, and Malekith is on the hunt with the Slaanesha's Harvesters supporting. And there goes a Soul Stealer, and the Knights of the Blazing Sun are going to turn around and dive into the Slaanesha's Harvesters, doing some good damage, but they may be dead after this play. Cold One Knights chasing down Outriders. The other one hitting the Free Company Militia right in the side. Going to be tossing him into the water. And yeah, it just looks like the Dark Elves did a good job of committing right there and knocking out a lot of the Empire forces. However, Slaanesha's Harvesters are dead at this point. One of the Knights of the Blazing Sun is running away, but the other Knights of the Blazing Sun has gotten on top of Malekith, and they're pinning him in place right now. And that may be a final transmutation we see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on, connection. Nope, that's a Soul Stealer, actually. So Soul Stealer going down. Free Company Militia getting crushed. And, yeah, I mean, looking around the battlefield right now, the Empire does have the advantage. So we'll see what ends up happening. But look at this. We got the triple Dread Spear force coming in for the Alpha Strike on the right flank. The Empire left flank. Cannon are going to be getting a lot of value now as the Dark Elves are sitting out here in the middle of the river, trying their best to survive. Outriders are going to be running away. Knights of the Blazing Sun, both of them have come back. However, both are hovering around third of their health, so not going to be the most combat effective. And now we have the grenade launchers coming back up. They're very tattered indeed, but every volley they get off will be money in the bank, especially on top of these Witch Elves. Over here, a devastating breath going down on top of these Spearmen with shields from Malekith as he tries to soften up this flank for his Dread Spears to come in hard. And there goes a Gaze of Malice, also doing close to half damage on top of the Flagellant. So Malekith really using his breaths and magic to, in a great way, to weaken a lot of this Empire infantry. All right, and here it goes. Stir River is the map, by the way. I'm not sure if it's called Death Pass in a different map or something, but anyways, it's doing some. The Empire and the Dark Elves seem to be very evenly matched right now. Empire has a slight advantage in the balance of power. Cold One Knights and Witch Elves are coming through though, and here comes the Knights of the Blazing Sun to countercharge these Cold One Knights, and cinematic smoothing for the win. There goes the Soul Stealer. More Knights of the Blazing Sun coming in for combat, though. Got the Flagellants over here, unbreakable to hold up the line. And then we have the Dread Spears, though. One of them has gotten around the flank and is coming in to the back lines of the Empire forces. And since all of the Empire cav and everything is committed to that central engagement, you know, they're going to have to send some more of their spearmen down here to catch and tie those guys up. Cold One Knight's going to be hitting these Free Company Militia pretty hard and then pulling through, trying to get on top of the Outriders. And at this point, I don't know. I mean, it still says the Empire has the balance of power favor, but I feel like one good Soul Stealer for Malekith will turn that balance of power right around. And the Dark Elves just seem like they've really compromised the entire Empire formation. We still have lots of Spearmen and lots of Flagellants left, so I really shouldn't discount them too quickly. And now the Witch Elves are shutting down the Great Cannon with Malekith's help. Cold One Knights are taking care of these Knights of the Blazing Sun, trying to rout them off the battlefield here. I always forget how far back this map goes into this corner. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I agree with the balance of power here. It's looking to me like the Dark Elves are kind of starting to take this away. Kind of starting. What a non-committal sentence. They're starting to take this away. However, Balthazar Gelt, I haven't seen him use a big final transmutation recently. And who knows, maybe he's just saving it for the perfect moment. And if he can get a killer final transmutation, then he could easily end the game. Oh, Gaze and Malice going down once again, looking like a good cast. But Spearmen are going to do a nice little bit of dodging. DOTL, thank you for the follow, my friend. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, now you have the Flagellants hitting the Witch Elves. Saint Luck 2, thank you, thank you. Oh! That breath was disgusting. Just an explosion of viscera. And those Spearmen are gone. Neon Chameleon, number 2, thank you for following. Appreciate you, appreciate you. And right now the Flagellants are going to be killing off the rest of these Witch Elves, so good on them. A nice bit of combat between naked men and naked women. And the balance of power is now hit right to the middle of the bar. These Spearmen are just going to be so hard to rout with the rank 9 chevrons on them. But it's definitely not going to be impossible. And now Balthazar Gelt is kind of on the ropes. You know, there's repeater crossbows below him. Going to be firing at him. Malekith is in the air. Somebody he does not want to get in a fight with. And, you know, only time will tell. But I think the Dark Elves are starting to take this away, in my opinion. But once again, I do want to reiterate that if Balthazar Gelt... Oh, what is he doing? Balthazar, no. Looks like he'll be able to escape. Yeah, so far I believe 2 Dragon Breaths, so there should be 1 more left. He's baiting indeed, but I guess we'll see. So he didn't bait him into a blob or something where I feel like that final transmutation would have done a ton of work. So Malekith is taking some significant damage though. But he's still hovering around 1100 HP, and that wasn't overcast, and it wasn't on top of a lot of his units where I think the damage would have scaled, so... I'm not sure. I'm not sure I agree with that play. Here comes that other breath. Man, oh man. That's just going to make them waver immediately. But now you have the Flagellants coming in from the back. Repeater crossbows continuing to fire away though. And I think I'll rehost the lobby after this to see if we can fix the lag. My apologies to the viewers that the final is a bit choppy. Yeah, there it goes. Pretty much all of the Empire Spearmen. Well, I guess this one's still wavering, but going to be routing soon, and I think it's going to be a GG from there. Malekith is so frustrated by Balthazar right now. He just wants to kill him. And look at this, guys. The balance of power... What is here that is giving the Empire so much on the balance of power? Is it just Balthazar Gelt? That's pretty impressive that it's giving him that much credit on the balance of power. These guys are almost out of ammunition. And, you know, I feel like Crabling must know something I don't know, because to me this kind of looks like a lost cause, but I guess if he does have enough magic in his bank for another final transmutation, maybe, just maybe, he can get something going, but it just seems like such a long shot. An interesting decision. He is going to land now. And that looks like a GG from both players, conceding. And Crabling going to, or not concede, not both players conceding, Crabling going to concede. And shout out a GG because both these players are good sports. Gelt has the gold to bribe the balance of power. That's hilarious. If he had enough win for another like Overcast transmutation, it would have been doing a ton of damage and potentially won him the game there. But fortunately, it wasn't in the cards. And I mean, I like both players' armies. I like both players' play. I think they were both performing very, very well. And Soothsayer, even though starting off with a rut start, you know, taking a lot of damage from the skirmishing, from the cannon, he was able to eventually compromise the Empire's formations, rout off his Knights of the Blazing Sun, take out the cannon and the Free Company militia, and then it was really just Spearman and Gelt running around for a while there. So a good first match between these two players, and let's rehost.